Hello everyone, it's Lottie from Cancer is a Lifestyle. So I have been tagged by Neva from Manic Mama Musings in Bagoday's 10 Yarny questions. Now you all know how much I love tags, and I have not done one in a long time. So I'm actually looking forward to this one. So thanks, Neva. So number one, what is your favorite color of yarn? I will tell you that I do not have a favorite color. I actually, if anything, I kind of like, um, I favor yarn cakes, and because of the fact that they have multiple colors in there, and I love to see how they work out. So if anything, I kind of like maybe variegated yarn more than anything, because I kind of like to see how it works up. You can, I love to see that design, that pattern that comes out from it. So that's my answer. Anyway, number two, what is your favorite weight of yarn? Now, I have worked with all types of yarn, all different, and I actually prefer the 4 weight because it's kind of an in-between. Now, because we work by donations, and so whatever I get sent or donated, that's what I work with, and I have no problem with it. I will work through it if I have to, because yarn is precious. But my favorite, I guess, would be 4 because, sometimes when you're working with really small weight of yarn, it's almost thread-like and it can be tedious, take longer, definitely. And the bulky yarns tend to be can hurt your hand depending on what kind of a hook you use or a large size. So you can't really go a longer period of time with that yarn. Number 3. What is your favorite style of yarn? Well, I really didn't know how to answer that. I guess I really love, but what I think it means. I actually really love yarn cakes. I love hanks because of the fact of the multitude of color combinations. I love when colors are put together that don't really belong together. And I love to see how they work up and the different patterns and all that. I love that. That's why I have a passion for yarn cakes. I actually, even when I buy them, I don't want to use them up right away. I want to display and look at them because I love that. And also the different yarn, the hanks. I really love them. I love when they do have a lot of color in them that, like I said, that we would not be normally wearing, like orange and red together or stuff. I love to see all the splashes of them. I don't know, what number are we on? 4. What is your favorite fiber? Ooh, that is so interesting because I never gave much thought to fiber, but now I guess the number one fiber that I stayed away from used to be wool because of the fact that I was afraid to use wool. A lot of people are allergic to wool, or wool requires a lot of special washing and handling of it. So you have to know how to take care of wool. But I actually can. I guess acrylic is the one that I like the best because it's so versatile and it's wearable and washable. A lot of my newly acquired favorite happens to be oh my gosh, oh Lord, I can't even think of it. Cotton. But even then, I'm finding that the different brands have different types of cotton. So it's kind of hard to answer because I think there's so much different, so much goes into the type of fiber. But I guess acrylic because that's the safest. And then the next question, what is your favorite brand? Well, I guess I will tell you what I really love to work with, but I love working with Karen latte cakes. I find that my hook just glides on that yarn. I don't know what it is. I made a poncho, and I've only done one thing with them, and I made a poncho, and yet it was so heavenly to crochet with it. Like the yarn just glided on and off the hook without any problems. And I think the other kind of yarn that I kind of like is Crafter's Secret from Hobby Lobby. That's another yarn that just like glides off the hook. That's what I kind of like. I like yarns that don't require like that are easy and comfortable and to work with. But I've worked with all kinds of things. I think even the ones that are like homespun, they're not favorite, but I've worked with that too. But I love the Karen latte cakes, and I often wonder like, what else can I make with them? And I have a couple of them here, and they just feel luxurious and silky to me, and those are my special project cakes. So what is your favorite brand you don't have in your country? And well, I'm not. There is one that I've been watching that I've seen from watching Angela from Yarn and Yarns, and she's in Britain, and she has what do they call it? Stylecraft. I kind of like the color combinations from it, and I especially like the different kits that they seem to have. Like you can make a blanket, um, or different things you can do, with these kits from Stylecraft. So I guess I would like to get those, but when you buy out of the country, the shipping costs are like out of the world. What is your favorite online store and your favorite, I guess, brick and mortar, walk-in store? Well, I do not buy online. Um, I have a thing about buying online. I buy a lot of things online, but I don't buy like clothing where I have to try it on. And I also, I feel like when I buy online, the shipping costs, I don't know if they make it worth the buy than me walking into the store. So I feel like I'm getting less of a deal when I buy online. Does that make sense? I don't know. And being a charity, where we crochet for charities, it's like you want every dollar to go a long way. And for me, it just feels like if I buy online, I'm paying shipping costs, I'm paying all these extra things when I can just walk in and get it. I don't know. That's how I feel. So I don't know. Maybe that will change. Um, as I go and want to explore. I have been wanting to buy like those monthly kits that you can get from different yarn places. I would love to try that, like Knit Crate and all that. But that's not something I want to do right now, I guess. My favorite walk-in store, I actually really love Hobby Lobby. I just love everything about that store. But my favorite thing that I feel like they really um, think about their customer. So their sales to me are real sales. Like they have great clearance prices. Like because I feel like a lot of the stores they'll give you a sale, but it's only a little bit cheaper than what you would have bought it. So like 50 cents cheaper or a dollar cheaper. I don't know. I just feel like they provide a better. I love their sale clearances. I guess Michael's to me is just like the most. Their aisles are so messed up. Like somebody needs to clean them up. Like nobody cleans up the yarn aisles, and it's just such a mess. But anyway, I love all yarns, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But my favorite is Hobby Lobby. It always has been. Um, and I'm going on too long. Okay, what do you do? Do you collect scrap yarn, and what do you do with it? I save all yarn. Like I said, I'm saying this for like the fifth time already. I think it's like I am, since I work for charities, every bit of yarn is needed, and I use every single scrap and all. And as I am, lately, I feel like in the last couple of years, I feel like I've been really um, using my scrap yarn for a lot of things. I mostly make hats out of them, believe it or not. And because their hats are so quick to make, and you can do it in stripes or just, and it doesn't take much of yarn. So I make actually a lot of hats out of my scrap yarn. I've always am interested in scrap blankets. For some reason, I love how they look. I know these are crazy color combinations. It somehow looks fantastic to me. I don't know. I like that. So let me see. What is your favorite thing to crochet? Now, I said earlier that I love to make hats, but my go-to thing I love to do, and I miss it often, is the most simplest thing to crochet, and that's a granny square blanket. I go nuts over a granny square blanket. I could be crocheting the most complex something brand new, and I will always go back to using a granny square. It is so fast and easy for me. Like, I don't know, there's something about that granny square blanket that I think we all love, and I see it often on other channels. People go back to it. I don't think it can ever grow out of fashion. So let's see. I think this is 9. If you had to crochet, oh no, this is 10. What is your favorite thing? If you had to crochet or knit one last thing in your life, what would it be? Well, this is an interesting question, and I'm probably gonna be different than what most people would say. But the one thing I would crochet, if this was my last thing to crochet, and I would make curtains. I have always wanted to make curtains, and use like the real thin yarn that you use to make the traditional doilies with. For as long as I can remember, I have imagined in my head like this beautiful lace work that I've crocheted for curtains. And I think that would be the one thing that I would do. It will probably take you a long time, because if you want to use that thin yarn, almost thread-like, that you're going to make a lacy curtain out of, it would take you a while. It would take you a while to do that. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would do that. So anyway, I tag all of you. Whoever wants to participate in this tag, I tag all of you. Anyone who hasn't or wants to or is interested in it, please join in the fun. I think it's always great to see and hear other people's answers. Everyone has their own things to, that they like about yarn, especially this last question. I think if you listen to the other people's answers to it, we all have something special that we always wanted to make, and it holds a special meaning for us. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this tag, and I will be seeing you soon. Bye bye.